What's up, BMS, 6th grade science class? Today we're right here. Mr. Glidewell's home. We're about to do a phenomenon. Got my glasses ready, my safety goggles. Got my cool tie-dye science lab coat. Here we go. So right here, materials. All we need is some hot water. You can see that steam right there. It's getting hot. We've got our aquarium full of room temperature water. Let's get this thing going. Okay, so we got our hot water. We're almost at a boil here, but we don't want it too hot. But this is glass, so we should be good. We've got our ice cube. It's got blue food coloring in it, frozen in the freezer. Easy. So we got red food coloring here. So if you have a piece of paper, this would be a good time to model, okay? If you have some red color pencils or a blue color pencil, that would probably be good because one represents heat. The other one represents less thermal energy, as we know is cold. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to put some red food coloring at the bottom of the aquarium here. Try and get it to where it sits at the bottom. Alright, so I'm going to put my heat underneath where I've got my red food coloring. So we want to heat that up. And what you want to focus on is the red food coloring that's sitting at the very bottom. The part that's lifted up right now is just for me pulling the red food coloring out. So we want to see what happens once we put the heat underneath that red food coloring. Some condensation. So what we're seeing happening is that it's starting to rise. Okay, got the heat underneath it starting to rise. So now we're going to do the second part of the phenomenon. We're going to add on this side the cold blue ice cube. See what happens. Alright, so we've got heat under here. The red food coloring is rising, starting to come over here. And what's happening to the ice cube as it's melting? Remember, the ice cube is cold, so there's a lot less thermal energy in there. So once again, right before we wrap this up, got the red food coloring rising, going over. I want you to think about this. What's going to happen to this blue food coloring when it gets over here? Look what it's starting to do. Starting to rise back up. So what it's doing is starting to circulate. Pretty neat, huh?